Okay, I'm gonna do Act 8 boss, so there's some action as well, and then I'm gonna yap a bit.
From the pit to the grave.
So as you can see, being in Act 8 is not really a speedrun tempo, that's for sure. But I have my, excuses. Not feeling that great today, but also having a birthday yesterday. So it's not like I wanted to spend that day with PoE grinding, but I'm very much overgeared, over-leveled. So I'm basically just running around, pressing the SRS button every time this hits 3, and, things just die. And yeah.
Oh, so
Act 7, my bad. Not even
what?
Act 8, Act 7. My bad.
Too much
Alright,
clutter.
my bags are full.
Death is the true climax
Wonderful.
of perverted lust.
Okay, and
Many
I'm
hearts
just gonna go and peace
I will gladly
out
cleanse this
of
path.
here and
When I'm
then go
ready,
back to town
not
so I can
before.
look at... I guess I don't really have to go back to town because the other mercenaries are not really worth anything. But, let's check this one. Maybe it has something interesting. No, not really. Maybe the belt. That's usually just look at everything.
I don't miss.
Should probably be exiling more. It feels like, the strength melee mercenaries are
You fought for it.
nice and tanky. This one also gives me determination aura and endurance charges as well. So that's
From the
pretty neat.
pit to the grave.
But yeah, let's just go back to town and I'll say my piece. Look at what I have right now. Nice loading screen. Where are the... there they are. So yeah, this is the
Make
one
up your
I'm
mind.
using at the moment. A nice intimidating cry, determination, and joy all benefit me. Earthquake, tectonic cascade, leap slim, so it jumps into it. It also has Joffrey's baptism. Obviously, I didn't really do anything, so even the items are pretty good. That as well. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. And the other two is basically
Make up your
whatever.
mind.
And yeah, it doesn't really have anything.
Am I not strong enough as I am?
Okay, I mean, this one's also nice. But yeah, I'm basically just going for the strength characters that those feel like they live long enough. The others just died randomly. I didn't even see when they died or where they died. But for the main part, the simple part, these ones, Lehoop, obviously I took both of them from mercenaries. I'm still using them because how often do you have a chance to actually use them? And same here, just like, hey, I'm doing minions. Hey, my Essers sometimes dies when they get hit. I think when it expires, that doesn't mean that, so I don't think that spreads it on that. It's just a chest piece. I picked this up with high res, not because I am running Relic, because I'm not running Relic yet, but I don't have to swap around the things here because I put on the gems, obviously very low level and nothing really worth yapping about, because Spectres are the Carnage Chieftains, like 2 of them from Act 2, as I said probably at some point previously. And my Animate Guardian has a cassock that gives consecrated ground on block. That's some chaos stress, like the chest, and it has a limb splitter because I had a limb splitter, and that has cutting strike. But yeah, and that's it. I'm not gonna go and buy for it. Like whenever I find the items or when I get to maps and then I still don't have it, then I'm gonna go for that. Use just a random glove life res. I don't even have gems in it yet. It's just there. I crafted fire res, so I'm capped, but then I realized I didn't have purity of elements turned on, so I'm like overcapped on it. Would have been better off if I crafted dexterity, because as you can see, I'm struggling with the dex requirements for some gems. Here, this is the damage that we have. Obviously, I have Cruel Lab at the moment, so as I say, I picked this up, but it doesn't look as great as it uh could be. Because I mean, nearby has on kill, on hit, but I'm not really killing anything. I'm not really hitting anything. But so it doesn't really matter. I'm just throwing it on because I found it, and I guess the increased AOE of aura is something. But I mean, I'm getting endurance charges from this guy and getting the frenzy from the Carnage Chieftains, as you've seen. Necklace I found. Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, flasks are also nothing special. And yeah, my wealth is obviously not much at this point. I did spend 6 chaos on the helmet. I looked for the highest, res that I could find, so I can just, gear around that later and not worry about it. And probably the important part is the tree. This is where I'm at the moment. Just following the builder mage POB for the most part, right? Come up here. This got this. The minion stuff. Here more minion stuff. Life. More minion stuff. Goes up. This is gonna be my next point. I'm trying to go a little bit into the block, not because it's like I'm not capped. I'm not gearing into it really at this point just yet. 28 and 40, obviously not much. It's gonna be this the next point, but obviously later it's gonna be block oriented defenses wise. Got the redemption, this part here, go down here. Some bit more block stuff, just life. Candlestick right for the mana mastery. At the moment I'm just running the three what is it, purity of elements, like I said. Where is it? Purity of elements, and then skiller bots and clarity. That's what I'm at the moment. Arctic armor, it's just I'm not even using it at the moment. It's just leveling. Well, not leveling because I don't have enough dexterity. So yeah, as you can see, the Holy Flame Totem, it actually was just a 1 link, or like a 0 link, I guess. 0 link, I guess. Yeah, 1 link was okay. Anyway, technically, it doesn't really matter, and I was just putting it down, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really do anything. Like I said, Clarity Skiller was here. Spectre stuff, Cross Blink. I should have like a shield charge or something here set up, but I mean it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna be later, just doing all the fixing of the links once I get the maps. But it's probably worth it in general, right? To have like a few seconds of setup for benefit all the way through as you levels. Like I'm not recommending that you don't have the movement skill setup or anything. You just running around and just frost blinking and using my 2 feet. And yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at the moment. I'm very much, like I said, over leveled, over geared. I'm 61. The area was like 54, 55, something like that. So yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be probably, playing a lot more and quicker or faster in the following days. Probably even just right away after this. So yeah, I wasn't really pushing it or anything. And as for a bit of a first impression on the league or the league mechanic, I was questioning like what does exile do, and obviously now I see what the exile option is for and how it's useful. So far I like it a lot. I like having a friend. I guess I already have minions, so there's even more friends, but it's nice still. I get some benefits. The buff that the monsters get is like the enemy monsters that they get when you have a mercenary is probably worth the like the mercenary is worth the downside of the mobs getting some more life and whatnot. So like why would I not use mercenary in the mercenary league, right? As everyone is like, looking at the gear, like maybe there's something that I can take away from them or something, or maybe they have some currency. But usually it's just you roll up and they have like 2 chromes and one alt and then okay, fine, I'll take it. That kind of thing. Obviously I've seen the post of people who got lucky, mage blood and divines and whatnot. And I mean I hope that they just leave mercs alone. Like okay, some people got lucky, but I think that's perfectly fine. That's just the game anyway. Oh, I was seen the Hinacore. Okay. Like maybe that could be like a bit out of line. So like maybe they put it in a bit higher level, but at the same time, I like that you have, you know, a reason to be excited even in the lower levels or even just progressing through the campaign. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have to, go to the tier 60s, tier 70s, and that's where I start seeing loot. Obviously, that's not very fun. So yeah, I like it so far, and then there is the concern that one can have that okay maybe it's gonna be tedious at some point, but honestly, like I think we have the eye
Hope you
training,
know
right? Like you
what you're
see it and you
doing.
can just like go through it pretty fast and see if it's something that you would be interested in with the gear. So I don't think it's that much of a hassle, right? And it's gonna be obviously very interesting like once you get to the point where you are high enough level that the mercenaries are also have staying power. So obviously at the moment you just replacing them because they are gonna be obsolete due to the level that they are at. It's probably gonna be very interesting in maps. Like once you actually have okay, this is the guy that I have or gal, and that's and then when you can actually start gearing them up, that's gonna be interesting. But I don't know where the breaking point is, or where the break point is where you actually start doing that, right? Because you only want to start investing items into a character that you actually gonna keep for at least a while. I don't know, but honestly, it's not like it's that big of an investment to throw like some random uniques or whatnot on a mercenary that you would otherwise not use, and they are like cheap. And there is, by the way, that obviously there is a version with of the build that I'm gonna run, or I'm going towards, right? That has a version that doesn't have animate guardian or specters, but I guess with the animate guardian that you don't lose the items anymore, then it's probably pretty nice. But I don't really wanna like the specters are a pain point for me. The hassle of you know uh like what for now it's great. Like for now I'm fine, right? Because you anytime you can go to Act 2 and then you can resummon the Carnage Chieftains. That's easy, right? So like you unequip the item or remove the gem or something happens, that's fine. But once you actually get to the specters that are actually valuable and not easily replaceable, that's when the awkward part comes up. Yes, I'm a little bit traumatized by blowing up my perfect tiger last league, which was like 7 divines, which was something for me. Like that's something. Like, okay, you can be obviously rich in later stages, and it's like 7 divines is not that painful, but for quite a bit, it can be, you know, relevant loss that you can. Yeah, if you can avoid it, you're probably trying to avoid it, which I didn't. So yeah, that's the whole reason why I'm like a little bit of iffy on the specters later. Like, I might be considering going the no specter angle, but at the same time, it's like it's not. I'm not that hyped about the replacement, which is the Herald of Purity link. It's like what, Cunning Strike, Feeding Frenzy, and then one more thing. So yeah, yeah, but that's in the future. For now, I'm just like clawing my way through the campaign. Whenever I feel like playing, cause like I run a bit, like I progress a few areas. That's how my campaign runs usually go, by the way. And then I'm like, I'm not feeling that great. You know, I'm gonna get up, do something else, or lie down if I feel uh particularly uh off. And yeah, but once I get through the campaign, and it's easier. It doesn't feel as painful. It's always been a struggle for me to get through campaign, to be honest. Not because it's hard, it's just, I don't know. My attention span is bad, or doomed. I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm at the moment. I'm not gonna put POB or anything in description, because this is not something that anyone should copy, obviously. So yeah, hopefully, or not hopefully, it depends on what I actually feel like doing. But probably it's gonna be. I mean, I should be at least in maps by the next upload, next video tomorrow. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Peace.